Hey there, I'm Tanya and welcome to your 30-minute express cycle class. In the next 30 minutes, we'll be riding through a circuit of mixed terrain with a great combination of interval and endurance style training designed to get your heart rate racing, expand your lung capacity, and strip through a truckload of calories. But before we begin, setting up your bike correctly is essential to avoid injury throughout the workout and will also make for the most enjoyable ride possible. So let's start by standing next to the bike. We're going to bring the seat up to the top of our hip bone. So have a dig around and find where your hip bone is and just adjust the seat accordingly. Once you've done that, we're going to bring the handlebars up to the same height as the seat. So depending on what kind of bike you have, the point of adjustment will vary from bike to bike. So handlebars and seat are now at the same height. Now we're going to hop on the bike and just double check that the seat is at the correct height. Hopping on the bike, slide your butt all the way back to the saddle, and we're going to push the pedal all the way to the floor. So taking one foot out of the strap, drop one pedal all the way to the floor and just rest your heel on the pedal. Now with a fully extended leg, you should be able to slot your leg in and out so your heel is brushing over the pedal. So in other words, if your heel is not even touching the pedal with an extended leg, your seat is too high. But if you have a big bend in your knee when your heel's on the pedal, then your seat's too low. So get it to the point where your heel's brushing. Once we've confirmed our seat height, there's one more setting. Most bikes, you'll be able to slide the seat back and forward, which changes the distance between the seat and handlebars. So what we need to do is slide our butt to the back of the saddle and bring your feet to 3 and 9 o'clock. In other words, your feet will be at the same height. One in the 3 o'clock position, one in the 9 o'clock position. Now let's look at the knee in the 3 o'clock position. That knee should be directly over where your strap is running across the foot. So if you were to hang a piece of string off your knee, the string should fall directly over where the strap runs across the foot. If you're wearing cycle shoes, the string should fall directly over the axis of the pedal. Great. So once we've got all of our bits in all the right places, we're ready to begin. So now let's get acquainted with the various riding positions we'll be using today. Throughout the workout, I'll be referring to 4 different hand positions. The first position I'm going to refer to is called cruise control. We're just going to have our hands on top of the handlebars, shoulder width apart. Elbows are in and shoulders are nice and relaxed. Position number 2 is our racing position. Hands come slightly wider on the outside edge of the handlebars. We're also going to use this position when we're power training today. Shoulders are relaxed and elbows are also in for this. Position number 3 is our sprinting position. Hands come inside the D of the handlebars. It's an aerodynamic position and it will bring our body a little bit closer to the bike so we can pick up more speed. We will also use this position when we're doing a seated climb. Position number 4 is our standing climb position. We stand up on the pedals and bring our thumbs onto the triggers of the handlebar. Our butt is just teasing the nose of the saddle, so we're in a forward standing position and we're going to be climbing a lot today in this position. We also have a position that I'm going to call the booty climb, my favourite climbing position, and we're going to pull our hips right back over the saddle to engage the glutes. Now that we have our 4 hand positions sorted, we need to get acquainted with our gear stick. So right in the middle of the bike here, just behind the handlebars, you should have a little knob. This is our gear stick and it also works as the emergency brake. So by turning it anti-clockwise, it takes the tension off the bike, and by turning it clockwise, it makes it a lot harder. So we're going to be turning the gear stick in 5 to 10 minute increments today. If you get stuck at any point throughout the class and you want to stop, you can push down really hard to stop the pedals and then hop off the bike. Great. Now, if you have an injury or you're recovering from an illness of any kind, just listen to your body throughout the class and go easy where necessary. So, let's begin. Slide your butt all the way back to the saddle and sit up nice and tall. This is our seated recovery position. Let's take a big shoulder roll. Draw the shoulders right up, squeeze your wingtips together and then plant them in your back pocket. Great. Now bring your hands behind you, underneath the saddle. Wingtips together and lift your chest for a little chest stretch. Now we're going to hinge at the hip and bring our hands into the cruise control position on the top of the handlebars. DJ, let's get cracking. So we're going to start with some sexy, funky beats to help us get a little bit more up close and personal with the bike. So all you need to do is slide your butt to the back of the saddle, brace your belly by drawing your navel in towards the spine and stabilise the hips. Now let's add a little bit of tension on the dial. So turn your dial clockwise, just to the point where you feel the ball of the foot connecting with the pedal and the pedal pushing back against you. This will be our base resistance. And we're not going to come down any lower than this throughout the class. So now you feel that you're in control of the bike and the bike is not in control of you. Find a nice, comfortable pace just below the rhythm of the music. Now once you have that, we're just going to add a small amount of tension. So give it a 5-minute turn and hold the pace. We're just slowly warming up, increasing our body temperature and heart rate. Now take that dial again, give it another small tweak. We're going to do a single leg drill. So what I want you to do is just push with your right leg only for a moment. We're working on our independent leg strength here. Smooth circles, pushing down with the toe and drawing up with the knee. Let's take it over to the left leg drill. Bring it back to the middle and find that nice equal balance of power. Fantastic. Now give it one more little tweak on the dial and bring your hands out to the racing position. Just spin on up to the beat and we're going to ride all the way to the end of the track. You should be feeling nice and warm and ready to do some work. Track 2. We're ready to do some work and we're going to move into a little bit of velocity now. So what I want you to do is slide your butt back to the saddle and we're going to find the 3/4 beat. So spin your legs up so you're just below the rhythm of the music. We're in our cruise control position. In a moment, we have a 30-second race. Add one more 5-minute turn and hold that 3/4 pace. Grab the gear, give it another 5-minute tweak, spin on up to the beat of the music. Hands in the racing position. If you're feeling good, one more tweak of the gear, hands into the D and sprint for 15 seconds. Pick it up, 5 more seconds. Now reduce your load, slow right down now, so you're on the half beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Add a little bit more gear. We're coming up to the 3/4 beat, so it's like we're moving into our second race. Now this race is only 15 seconds long, so we're going to floor it. Get ready for lift off. Give it one more tweak, bring your hands into the D and sprint. 7 7 more seconds. Now leave your gear where it is, but just slow down. We're getting ready for our final sprint. This is 1 minute long. So you're going to add some tension, bring your hands into the D and floor it. See if you can come above the beat. We're hitting the breathless zone. If you're wearing a heart rate monitor watch, your heart rate should be somewhere between 80 to 90% of your maximum heart rate, flat out to the end of the track. Halfway there, 30 seconds. Start to wind it back. Alrighty, here's our first climb. It's time to start using the big guns. So we're going to start to wind the gear up to slow your legs right down to the half beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Turn the gear clockwise until you start to feel the surface tension on the top of the thighs. Get ready to rise. 5, 4, 3, big turn of the gear and standing climb. Thumbs on the triggers and your butt is flirting with the nose of the saddle. Side to side, draw your belly in to protect your back. Stay right where you are, but we're going to add some more load. So grab your gear and give it a 5 to a 15 minute turn. Here comes our first booty climb. If you can handle it, a little bit more gear and pull your hips back. Halfway over the saddle, let the big guns take over, the gluteus maximus. We're here for another 15 seconds. If you want more, add more gear. Belly in, keep your butt back. We have a walking recovery. Move your hips forward and walk it out. Get ready to hit it hard again. Add some more load. Standing climb. Hips come forward. Thumbs stay on those triggers. Back on the beat. 5, 6, 7, 8. Staying in this forward position, just add a little bit more gear. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being too heavy to push the pedals, come to a 7 or an 8. That should get you to the point where you're open mouth breathing, breathing in through the mouth and out through the mouth. Here comes our last booty climb. Make this a big one. Add some more gear, pull your hips back. "15 more seconds in the pullback position. Add more gear if you can. Five, 4, 3, get ready to move forward and sprint it out. Move your hips forward and pick your pace up, flat out to the end of the track. Sprint. 5 more seconds. Walk it out. All right, we've hit the flat road. We have 2 blocks of race in this track with a little bit of a climb right at the beginning to warm the big guns up. They should be feeling pretty hot by now though. So come right back to the half beat. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now spin a little bit of gear off just to spin you up to the 3/4 beat. So you're starting to flush the legs out after that last big climb. We're not hitting it too hard too soon though, we've got a long way to go. All right, start to slow right down. Come up to the seated recovery position. Give your shoulders a big roll. Now link your fingers and bring your hands right up above your crown. Push your palms to the ceiling. Stretch it out. Now open your wings. Come into the forward climb position. So we're sliding our butt back in the saddle and bringing our hands into the D. We're going to hit the beat. Start to add load and find that rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What's going to help you here is bracing your belly. So draw your navel in towards the spine and let the big muscles take over. Get ready to stand it up. Add a little bit more gear and let that lift you up out of the saddle. Thumbs on the trigger. "15 more seconds and then we hit the flat road. Start to accelerate. We're going to take a seat, reduce the load, bring your hands to the racing position. 30 seconds here, and then we sprint it out for 70 seconds. "15 more seconds, riding to the rhythm. If your butt is bouncing, you need more tension. Get it to the point where your butt is glued to the seat. Here we go, get ready for the sprint. Add more gear if you can. Bring your hands into the D and floor it. This is where the real endurance starts to kick in. Your one task is to keep moving forward. Do not slow down. You can see a recovery approaching, but we're not there yet. Keep pushing. Your thighs are burning and you're feeling breathless. You're going to earn this next recovery. Wind it down. Feeling breathless right now, you need oxygen. Come up to the seated recovery position. Link your fingers, bring your palms right up above your crown. Now take a lean to the side, open up your lats. Now take a lean to the other side. Back to the middle. Open your wings, tip forward at the hip. Come back to the 3/4 beat, just below the rhythm of the music. In a sec, we're going to add a little bit more tension and spin it back to the racetrack. We have a 1 minute and a 15-second race to the end. Here we go, racing gear on, hands wide. Start to pick up your pace. All right, here it comes, the big one. Gear up, hands into the D, flat out for 1 whole minute. Is your butt bouncing on the saddle? If it is, you need more tension. Protect your back by bracing your abs. Halfway, keep pushing. This is the last 15 seconds, flat out to the end. Pull right back. Recover your breath. Ease the tension off the gear stick. Come up to the seated recovery position. Have a big shoulder roll. Alrighty, we need to lift the bar now. This is our second last working track. And the track's been broken up into 4 blocks to make it nice and easy for you. The first block, we're just finding the beat of the music. So start to load up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're in the seated climb position. Hands are into the D and you're just hooking into that beat. Now on a scale of 1 to 10, add enough gear to bring you right up to an 8 so it starts to feel like you're treading through mud. We have a big 20-second burst of effort coming up. Hold that gear. In a sec, you're going to rise into the standing position and sprint. Here we go. Rise and sprint for 5 seconds. Now sit and race. Hands in the racing position. Butt back in the saddle. Now stand and sprint, 5 seconds only. Now sit and race. Hold this for 5 more seconds. Stand up and walk it out. Let your heart rate drop. Phase number 2, we have a 30-second sprint, nice and easy. All you have to do is take a seat, start to reduce the tension off the gear, bring your hands into the D, your time starts now. – 15 more seconds at your absolute max speed. Make sure your hips are stable. Add enough tension to glue that butt to the saddle. Now slow right down. Add a little bit of tension to bring you up out of the saddle and walk it out. Slow your pace right down. Let your heart rate drop. Now we're heading back to the mud. Start to gear up. Add a little bit of tension and pick your pace up. Find that beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get ready for another 20 seconds of sprinting attacks. Here we go, starting with 5-second sprint. Pick your pace up, sprint it out. Now sit and race, hold the tension. Now stand and sprint. Now sit and race, hands wide. This is your last 25 seconds. Bring your hands into the D and floor it. Absolute top speed, top gear. Are you breathless? You have 5 more seconds. Pick it up. Start to wind it back. Okay, this is our last working track. You have just under 5 minutes to give it your absolute best. The track's been broken up into 3 blocks. The first block is a 1 minute and 15 second race. First of all, start to add a little bit of tension to just bring you right back to that half beat. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to reduce some gear and spin it up to the 3/4 beat. Start to feel the anticipation kicking in. All right, racing gear on, hands wide, 15 seconds in the racing position, and then we sprint for a whole minute. Are you ready for liftoff? A little bit more tension, hands into the D. 1 minute at top speed. You can see a small hill approaching in the distance. We're going to start to slow it down by adding load. Start to hook into that half beat again. Add enough load to slow you right down to the half beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In 15 seconds, we're going to rise right up out of the saddle. 5, 4, 3, add enough load to draw you up. Thumbs on the trigger, standing climb. "15 more seconds in this position, add a little bit more tension. Here comes the favorite, the booty climb. Add enough gear, draw your hips back and start to feel the big muscles taking over. Brace your belly, we're almost there. Alrighty, we are at our recovery. Back it off, take a seat and let your heart rate drop. Add some gear, 30 seconds on the racetrack. Reach wide and race to the rhythm of the music. You have 15 more seconds in this position and then we sprint for 40. 5, 4, 3, 2, add some tension, hands into the D, flat out now. "25 seconds left. This is your final 10. Go hard or go home. And wind it back. You've made it. So it's time to start winding things all the way down now. We're going to find a nice comfortable pace and that nice easy gear that we found right at the beginning of the workout, your base resistance. So we start to slow the legs and let the heart rate drop and recover our breath. Keep the legs turning, but slowly push up to a seated recovery position. Lifting the chest, have a big shoulder roll. Draw the shoulders up, back and down. Now bring your palms together behind your back. Squeeze and push your knuckles back towards the floor as you lift your chest. Shake it out. Link your fingers and lift your palms right up to the ceiling, stretching out from your tailbone to your palms. We're going to take a little lean to the side. So take one wrist and gently lean, opening up your lats. Swap sides. Take the other wrist. Breathe into the side of your body. Come back to the middle. Another big shoulder roll. Shake it out. This time we're going to add enough tension on the gear to slow our legs all the way down to a stop. So drop one heel to the floor, lift your chest and take your opposite hand to the outside of your knee. Suck in your tummy and look over your shoulder, lifting up through the crown of your head. Let's swap sides, dropping your other heel to the floor, lift and twist, opposite hand to the outside edge of your knee. Let's channel the breath right down into the lower back. Coming back to the middle, let's safely stand up on the bike. Level your feet out, so one foot's at 3 o'clock, the other's at 9 o'clock. Bending into the front knee, straightening out through the back leg. Drop your back heel to the floor. This is a release for your calf muscle. Let's swap sides, spin it around, bending into the front knee and dropping out through the back heel. Take a seat. We're going to safely make our way off the bike and onto the floor now. Let's step one foot all the way back into a split lunge or take your knee all the way to the floor. Reaching the opposite arm to the front leg up, leaning in towards your thigh. This is a stretch for your hip flexors. Let's swap sides. Bring your other knee back, reach up with your opposite arm and lean in towards your thigh. We're going to slowly stand up and take one foot and bring one heel right into the glutes. This is for your quads. Bring your knees together and drop your tailbone. Let's swap legs. Take one foot, bringing the heel right into your butt. Knees together, drop your tail, lift your chest. Take one ankle now and cross it over the knee. Inhale, exhale and drop your butt back. This is a stretch for your glutes. Swapping legs, crossing your ankle over your knee. Inhale, exhale back. Slowly rolling up through the spine. Let's stretch out the hamstrings. Find a spot on your bike and pop your leg right up onto the frame, the seat or the handlebars. We're going to lift our belly and press our belly button right down over the top of the thigh, opening up the hammy. Rolling up. Let's swap sides. Slowly rolling up, popping both feet to the floor, lift up nice and tall through the chest and have a big shoulder roll. That's your 30-minute workout. I hope you had a great ride and I'll see you next time on eFit 30.